in this world is my balls and my word. And I don't break them for no. Do you understand?
Welcome to the Big Kids Podcast. I'm Brian.
I'm Abu.
And this is Big Kids, bigkids.com. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Deal.
So...
we'll tell them at the end to send us a message.
Yeah, we can do that at the end. So, how have you been, like... Because actually, today, this was a bit of a funny week, because sometimes we're in, like, correspondence when we're not recording.
Yeah.
But not this week.
Oh, mate, this week I'm knackered, honest to God, man. Like, I conked out at, like, 8:30 yesterday, man.
Really? That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's early.
Yeah, man. To be fair, also, it's the shout out to all my Akis and my Muslim brothers out there. It's Ramadan at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I've been fasting since Monday. Funny enough, well, Tuesday. That's the official day it started.
So what happened yesterday? Did you have enough time to eat?
Yeah. Hey, as soon as I ate, that's when I conked out. But to be fair, because I've been working also, it kind of just the tiredness also gets worse also. Because what I've been finding, because I've been looking at computer screens a lot throughout this week.
Yeah.
And a lot of my work, I almost messed up, man. I almost messed up one of the backups at my workplace.
Oh,
like
wow.
Mate.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about a minor backup. I'm talking about like 1.5 terabytes of data getting wiped.
Blimey, yeah, that is a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, literally took me 3 days to recover that shit back, man. Well, lesson learned, yeah. When you're dealing with big data, don't be messing around. Do it in chunks.
Man, computer stuff is actually to this week as well. I had a bit of a tough old week, but it's that funny thing. It's like really what because essentially, like in the most basic element, both of us just sit in front of computers, and do bits. But it's the stress and the responsibility and the worry around.
And the thing is, you don't even feel it. It just sneaks up on you later on. Because when I'm trying to like fix stuff, it's like when something doesn't work, I'm thinking, oh crap, I need to find another way of fixing it. I need to find another method, another approach, and all of that. I think that messes with my brain also, because like the brain shouldn't always be trying to fix like mentally taxing tasks. And I think that's what happened because also what I found is that I don't wear glasses, but I feel like I might eventually have to, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man.
So explain this then. Are you like short-sighted or long-sighted?
No, I'm neither, bro. I got 20... As of 2 years ago when I went to optician, I got 20/20 vision. But I think because I'm looking at computers so much now with work and everything, and even my TV, that I don't even like when I got home and tried to watch the TV, my eyes were hurting. I was like, no.
Oh, really?
Man. Yeah.
So let me ask. Yeah, but you still, because this is the funny thing. Yeah, you've been in the car with me, not during COVID or whatever, but I wear glasses when I drive. But technically, I went opticians and stuff. My vision is 20/20, but when I put the glasses on, especially with driving, everything just goes crispy HD.
Also, it enhances your sight in a sense.
Yeah, it still enhances my sight for sure. So this is what I'm wondering to you, like, is it when you're close to stuff that it looks blurry, or is it stuff far away that doesn't look crispy and defined or whatever?
I'd say, how far is your head from a computer screen? Would you say that's close, or would you say that's like medium?
It's hard. It's almost a little bit halfway in a way.
Yeah, because what it is, I found it after a while when I look at the computer screen, the words start getting a bit muddled. I don't know, it's because it's too much eye stress, but that's the only thing. Like, if you look at, like, for example, I got on the bus yesterday and I could see the bus number from far away.
Oh, okay.
Whereas a lot of people can't do that. So I don't think it's long distance.
So no. So when you can see it long distance, that means you're not short-sighted. It might mean you're long-sighted. So it means that stuff closer to you loses definition or something. But you know what? I don't know if you've ever messed with those clear type settings on work computer could be some business like that, but I think that's only Windows.
Okay.
But
yeah.
you know what? Talking about screens and eyesight and all this, I don't know if your like family members ever used to say that stuff to you, like, oh, if you sit too close to the TV, you're gonna end up with square eyes.
Oh yeah, that rubbish. My class teacher told me that.
Oh, okay. Well, I think it's something to do with like, I don't know if you ever did this in science class, but I did it in science class at school. Like dissected goat's eye or something like that.
Oh, for me, at our school we dissected a goat's heart. No, not a goat's eye, unfortunately.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And you know, imagine, yeah, the year before us got to dissect an actual frog. I was so upset, man. I was like,
Oh,
what?
yeah.
We can't open a flipping heart while they're doing the best bits. Can't open a French frog or something.
Yeah, the frog is better. I didn't get to do the frog because at least with the frog, actually, you're seeing like all kinds of like organs and whatever.
Yeah.
A heart, do you know what I mean? Actually,
Yeah.
for some reason now, I just reminded chicken hearts are banging on the barbecue, but it's not a popular thing, innit? But anyway, no. So like, I remember doing the goats thing or whatever, like the goat's eye, and inside it's like a jelly. But what's the weirdest thing is there's like a kind of actual lens within it, like a hard, almost kind of like it's a. You know, I guess
Like
it
a contact
acts as
lens.
that. No, it's like a bit thicker, but it kind of acts as the internal contact lens of your eye or whatever. But the way it focuses is between like holding two like muscle tissues. So when you sit and focus on like clear stuff, I swear it's like exercising it. So I swear you can like try and train. Let's say you're short sighted and you can't see in the distance very well. If you practice going out and looking and focusing on things in the distance, it will improve your eyesight. But it's like a training. But the problem is obviously with the computers and stuff, you know. But I don't even think it's necessarily the computers, man. I think it's the mobile phones because you're focusing on that tiny little screen.
Agreed on that. Yeah, definitely.
You
man.
know.
And we're always in this hunch position. Do you ever get neck pain from looking down at your phone for so long?
Yeah, and you know what I've realised? I've got like forward neck syndrome. So I've even been trying to work on this where I try and push my chin back into my neck because my neck position isn't good. And the madness is, you know, I got back pain and all that stuff. Yeah. But if your neck is in a forward position, it's adding like pressure onto your spine and back muscles because it's not sitting flush on the neck like it should because you're slightly forward. So all your neck muscles and stuff are straining because of bad posture and bad positioning. So the phone stuff does that as well, man. Like, because you're looking at the phone and you have to, instead, like, how often do you move your head rather than your arm?
You know what? I tried to do the thing, you know, where you raise your arm up to like your head level, man. But it's not fucking sustainable, man. Literally, who's gonna walk around with their arm straight in front of them, like scrolling left and right? Yeah.
Yeah, no, but that's the thing. The phone ain't a good thing for that, you know. But yeah, that stuff is problematic. So, but you know what? Also, I know we discussed this before on the pod, before our recording last time on the pod. But I had bought that £10 of Ethereum, or whatever, like a month ago. Let me just grab my phone, and I will tell you how much I've made. Just give me 2 secs. Hold on. Right. Okay. Here we go. I've got it now. So you know what? It was because of this Coinbase, the one that they're gonna float on the.
Oh yeah, bro! Did you hear? Coinbase is now up on the stock exchange. It's now on IPO.
So this was anyway. I was like, I keep logging into the website, but it's bare long because they always send you the text. Let me just get the app.
Funny. On top of that, just to get onto you, Dogecoin has gone up by like tenfold. You know, like.
Oh yeah. You know what though? This is the only thing. You can't buy Dogecoin on Coinbase. I've not bought it.
Oh, you can't. Oh, mate, that in the last week has gone up by like 400%. Because what it was like 0.001 of a dollar. Right now it's like 11 cents. So it's
You
gone
know
up.
what? Don't I think that coin will? I'm almost tempted
But-
just to buy like a tenner's worth. You know why? Just because of the whole meme element of it, it will kind of persist.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
anyway, this £10 of Ethereum that I happened to buy like a few weeks ago, like I literally just bought £10 of it, is now worth currently £25 and 84 pence. So I'm quite pleased with that. But basically, I'm just going to leave it. Do you know what I mean?
Of course.
And another thing I was looking at is like index funds. So basically, like an index fund is you invest. Let's say you put in. Let's say I think this is the easiest way to explain it.
Okay.
So you know the stock market has got like a certain number of companies.
What is it like S&P 500?
Yeah. So basically, let's say there's 500 companies on S&P 500. It's like if you invest 500 quid, it's like investing £1 in every single company, and that's it. So it's investing in the entire fund, and it's spread out.
Okay.
So
So you could lose some, you could win some in a sense.
Yeah, but basically, you're just investing in the overall fund of it. So I was looking at a video, but for example, like the Nasdaq, right?
Yep.
Has grown 10% every decade. Decade on decade, it's just grown 10%.
What about the year of 2008?
So I don't know. I've not checked it, but let's say it dips. But the point being, if you just hold, technically your money should just compound and grow. Basically,
Okay.
because you're just investing in the main stock exchange, and it's that thing where it's like money is that. I think it's that funny thing where if you got capital, it's a lot easier to make more money, right?
That's the thing, yeah.
But the problem is that everything is distracting you from doing that. It's like, oh, buy this like nice car, or buy the new PS5, for example.
I had a dream about this PS5 yesterday, man.
You had a dream about PS. Okay.
Yeah.
And what happened on this PS5? Were you purchasing this PS5?
No, what? Basically, I was at my mate's place and he had a PS5, and we were playing on the PS5, and then he goes, "Oh, have you got one?" I was like, "Nah, I've been trying so hard to get one." Which is funny. Which in real life, I have been trying so hard to get a PS5.
Oh,
But that's like trying to find a Dragon Ball, man. It's like you can't find them nowhere.
No,
So
you
at
know
this-
what? You need to
Yeah.
think, because I saw a dude. You need to go on like weird websites to cop it. And let me give you an example. I know a dude. He bought his off Very.
Oh no, Very's not a weird website, but Very's. Oh, when
No,
did
no,
you
not
get
a
it?
weird website, but it's kind of like a catalog store,
did he
mostly
get
for
it?
clothing.
Was this back in January though?
No. This is about 2 to 3 weeks ago.
Oh crap! Because the thing is, I've checked like Argos, I've checked all these places, right? But they're always out of stock. So he must have got the lucky draw because they every now and again they're doing a restock, but they go instantly. Like
Yeah.
last time I was in the queue, they said, "Oh, you only 8 minutes until you can get to the
Oh
checkpoint,"
yeah.
and then boom, the website stops working, and I'm kicked out. So it's I've given up at this point, you know. I only get a PS5 when it's easy. Accessible.
But this is the other thing I don't quite get. What's the rush to get a PS5 when no one else can get them?
Because there's an exclusive game, Spider-Man. There's but to be fair, you are right, really and truly. Because I know a lot of people are still on PS4. It's just the novelty of it, you know.
No, yeah, of course, everyone wants the freshest thing. And actually, I was hoping I could get a PS4 cheap with bare games, especially because the PS5 is not backwards compatible, so you can't play the PS4 games on the PS5 anyway. So I was hoping.
No, you can actually.
Oh, you can. What,
Yeah,
with the
you can.
CDs.
Yeah, with the CDs, yeah.
Oh, that's a bugger. Because people aren't going to want to shift all their games with it.
Yeah. You can literally. And you know what's so dumb about me? I sold my PS4 like I think around this time last year, around April, right? Because in my head, I was thinking the price of a PS4 is gonna go down when the PS5 comes out.
but it's not.
No, it hasn't been the bloody case, man. So yeah, that's an L for me. But you know what it's done though. It's now that I'm not gaming, I'm doing other stuff. Like I'm reading books now. I'm getting myself, like, I'm learning more about cryptocurrency. Like right now, even discussion about index stocks, man. It's just that's another thing to put my energy to or my focus on.
So, I mean, man, I gamed a lot in my time or whatever, and there's nothing wrong with gaming, but here's the thing, it's like, before I used to game like it's a job, like I used to be like, damn, I need to hit this level in the game, or damn, I need to do this, and actually, no, gaming is supposed to be entertainment. Gaming is what you do at the end of the day when you ain't got nothing else to do. You know, and we know. I mean, you have played Football Manager, right?
Oh yeah, don't get me started.
Okay, yeah. So you know how it is. Like sometimes you're in the midst of a game. Do you know what I mean? Like you're leading up to the fight, like end of the season.
Yeah,
and
like,
you're like, damn. You know,
so
I need
close.
to bang out some hours. I need to get some weeks. I need to sort out this additional training. I need to spot a young. Do you know what I mean? Like I need to spot a young CDM because my veteran is going. You get dragged into it, but it's like in actual fact, in the long run, that doesn't add anything to your life in a way that.
Yeah, you're gonna get called up by like Arsenal or any flipping top league that say, you know what, Arteta's not doing the business. Abu, come up. You know, you've got over 20,000 hours in Football Manager. I think that's suffice. You're good enough, mate.
Well, there has been people
Actually,
hired
actually, now that you
into
say
real
it.
football jobs. From
No, there was. I think
Yeah,
it was a
there was-
Japanese league. Yeah, it was a Japanese league. Some kid had banged out Football Manager for so long. They were like, yeah, you know what? You've been winning a lot in that game. Come manage this team. I don't know where it was because this was like years ago. I remember reading an article.
But Football Manager, here's the thing, like Football Manager, I remember I played Udinese a few years ago. I played like a old Football Manager, and this Udinese team was the one that still had Di Natale, it had Vidal, it had Amero, it had a bunch of players who ended up gutting that team. It had Handanovic, who ended up at Inter Milan. Like it had, in fact, it was the year that Arsenal played them in the Champions League playoff.
League. Okay.
Yeah. And Walcott scored against them or whatever. And it was a bit emotional. Di Natale's crying and stuff. That's what I remember. But what was silly to me, is Arsenal could have gutted that team. Sanchez was in that team.
Yeah, Sanchez was still at that team. Yeah, they were in Barca.
Sanchez was in that team. I was thinking Arsenal could have gone in and gutted that team. They could have bought Handanovic. That keeper's still playing in Milan to this day.
Yeah.
Like would have sorted out the keeper situation at that point. Could have taken him. Like Di Natale, proper R striker, could have taken
But he was
him.
a bit old. He was like 35 at the time, though.
Yeah, but he was top scorer in Serie A for a while.
Yeah, true.
Like, but what I'm saying is, I just didn't understand why Arsenal didn't gut that team. Basically.
But that could be said for any other big team, though. Don't you think?
Well, I thought the same thing. But anyway, going back to this Football Manager thing, right? So I was playing with this era of team, but think about it, like back then, Griezmann, all these players were still young players, and the scouting network in it, like even Sandro, who ended up at Spurs with Harry Redknapp. Yeah, that was for sure. The Sandro one was a Football Manager one. They obviously clocked the player, and they were like, "Yo, actually go scout the kid for real and check if he's any good." I'm telling you, because Sandro was hard in that game. And so I just remember, this is the thing, I was playing that, and that was around the time, remember when Liverpool went and bought like Andy Carroll for 50 million.
Yeah.
This
Stuart
kind of
Downing.
stuff. Stuart Downing, all that stuff. And I was thinking, Jesus Christ, like any 12-year-old kid who's just banged out like 2 or 3 seasons in Football Manager will know that those purchases are crap purchases. You know, like...
Trust, man. Yeah, don't take a genius to figure that out, man.
Well, it don't
Just look
take
at their stats.
But I'm not saying like, oh, you got to base it in the game, like the game specific. But anyone could have told you that it was kind of like the reality wasn't there. And even for example, like Suarez was already sick when he was at Ajax. The statistics and all this kind of business. So who knows, man? But I think
You know what? Do you reckon every team should get like a football manager consultant? They play the game like 2000, like Football Manager 2021. They see who's going good, and then later at the end of the season, they talk to the scouts and say, you know what? In my vast experience and expertise in playing Football Manager, go and scout this person and that person.
well, you know what? I don't. So I'm not sure every club has it, but basically, like all the scouting information that goes into the game, they also sell to clubs. Clubs can purchase like the background, in like scouting information behind the Football Manager stuff.
Okay.
But the thing is, of course, like at some point, everything's just still opinion.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, in the game or whatever.
Definitely.
But for sure, I mean, and obviously, there's always the wonder kids that don't quite work out.
Yeah,
that
like
kind of
Reece
stuff.
Nelson. Reece Nelson at Arsenal, man. I feel for him. He hasn't played. He's hardly played a game this season. But Football Manager 2 years ago, like he was supposed to be the next hot thing. But hey.
Well,
Like-
what about, what was it, Freddie Adu? That's the one I remember.
Oh yeah, everyone. There's even articles about this guy. Yeah, yeah.
Like, but,
Had
you
Charles
know,
at Man United. Like was the next.
but it's just one
possibly-
of those things, like, it's still a video game, like, you can't control it. But I don't know if you happened to catch this interview at all, but, you know, Ravel Morrison, do you know this kid?
Yeah, of course. He was supposed to be. He was really good at United, but I think it was disciplinary issues that didn't get him far. He even went to like Napoli, West Ham. Like,
you know,
he
he's
was
an Arsenal
talented.
fan.
Yeah, but I don't think he's gonna get. Where's he now? Do you know where he is at the moment?
Oh, I don't even know, actually.
Yeah, he's
but I
fell
think
off.
he might even be abroad or something like that.
What? Not in the top division though.
Maybe, but not like a top league. But what was funny anyway is he ended up doing this interview with like a Man United fan channel. And literally it's because they do the fan channel in the same building that Rio Ferdinand does his like 5 magazine interviews or whatever. So he had just done an interview with Rio and they just caught him. And you know, everyone says this thing about him, which is, oh, he never fulfilled his potential because he was in the youth team with Pogba, with Rashford, with
Jesse
Lingard,
Yeah.
all those people, and they always say, oh, he never fulfilled his potential, whatever. And he, you know, he was kind of actually more philosophical about it, and he was like, my life is a lot better with football. You know, people can say, oh, you could have been this, you could have been that.
Wait, you say, sorry, Brian, you say with or without football?
with football.
Wait, his life is better with football.
Yeah, like if he hadn't have had football, his life would probably be a lot worse.
Okay.
You know, so I definitely think that.
But I don't know. But if that were the case, then why didn't he like kick on from like the clubs that he's been at?
Hold on. No, but this is what I'm saying. Everyone's thinking it everyone's thinking about it in the way, this perspective you're offering, which is, oh, he could have been so great. He should, but at the same time, he's a local kid, and he ended up playing top flight football for many years.
Yeah, but he's 28 now. As a matter of fact, he's a free agent right now as we speak. You know, and he's gone through his fair share of clubs: Lazio, QPR, Sheffield United, Middlesbrough, but he never kicked on for him. So I'm thinking, like, his personal life, yeah, there might have been a lot of things to turn him, but if football were to save him, like, wouldn't he just stick with it?
No, but I think football has saved him already, because you're thinking, he's like I'm not guessing, but from everything I'm aware of, he was like a council estate lad. That guy's already earned more money than we will likely do in our entire lifetimes already. Like, so in that sense, you know, it has been a blessing. It's like saved him. He's probably like got properties, ain't got to pay rent.
Okay.
You know, he's got a bit of cash in the bank. Like, you know, he
So
was
he's set basically, yeah.
Yeah, he said like he was very philosophical about it. Like he said, it's you know, football did change his life for the better because he was hanging. You know, I think he was hanging around with like crims basically.
Okay, so what, he came from basically a rough background,
Yeah.
and now he's overcome all that.
Yeah, all of that. But I think the distinction is like, for example, Adriano. You know this story about where he ends up in Rio in Brazil, like holding AK-47s and shit with the people he knew as a youngster.
Yeah.
The thing is with Ravel is like he never even left the area. That's why it was such a problem, I think. You know?
Oh, what? So after training, he was going back to the States?
Well, yeah, exactly. Because basically, for a little while, he even lived with Rio. Like Rio tried to pull him straight, but he was just going out messing. Do you know what I mean? I probably think he wasn't even getting up to that much mischief. It was like delinquent stuff, you know, like going out, hanging out with your mates, standing around the corner, causing a bit of a ruckus, bit of public property destruction, that kind of stuff.
What do they call it? Loitering.
Loitering, yeah, like that's what I imagine it was, you know, and so I think he kind of suffered because of that, and obviously, you know, he's got like he would have had a lot more cash in his pocket than his friends, so they're just leading him astray, you know.
Yeah, the people around you can really mess you up, man. But I guess you're all right. Yeah, he's in a good place now. If he's overcome all of that.
No, but I also thought, you know, like because everyone used to talk about him as if he was going to be like if you saw Gascoigne or something.
If you saw him at West Ham, like there was a goal he scored against Spurs, right? I'm like,
oh yeah, I've seen that goal.
Like, but I guess, like you said, I don't think he had the ultimate focus of being able to sustain that level of like discipline of like playing at the top level. But he's done what he's had to do.
No, sometimes I definitely think like some players don't quite have it, or some players where the I don't know, like I think it's like almost a personality thing where once you've got your family out the rubbish bag, you're like, okay, I've done what I needed, and you kind of relax somehow. There's not a kind of like I think like let's say top flight. There's got to be a kind of slightly psychotic obsession,
of course,
to succeed in a way that isn't, you know, like there's got to be that kind of element to the person sometimes.
Yeah. I think Peter Crouch was doing an interview for on BT Sport, and he was talking about Stevie Gerrard, right? And he just talked about how Gerrard was obsessed with winning. Like even if they'd won the game, it was like, okay, next game on Tuesday. Well, we got a League Cup game on Thursday. We got continue every focus was the next game, even if they'd been happy. Like Peter Crouch just think, oh, I've just scored a hat trick today. I can go out for the piss, you know, relax and go to the pub, enjoy myself. But Steven Gerrard would never smile. Like, would hardly ever smile. Like, if he passed the ball into you and you didn't control it properly, like, it would give you like a death stare. And I think those are the type of people we're talking about when it comes to the elite level. It's just, and it comes an obsession, you know. I think who was it who spoke about it? Like, I think it was Danny Rose. He said he stopped enjoying football because it was just no longer, because a lot of us when we playing ball, we do it for fun, for bants, you know. But when you're at a professional level, it's more than a job, man. It's not just your employer paying you money to kick ball. You got fans on your back. You got people on the internet judging. You got the whole world watching you, and that becomes. I wouldn't want that at some stage, man. The day I stop enjoying football is the day I would have to cut ties with it, you know.
I mean, it is tough because it's like in that sense, we just watch football on the weekend and have a chat about it.
Yeah.
For them, it's life. Like it's true. If you're getting slated by the fans and you let it get to you, it's not easy.
Precisely that.
You know, and they're only human. Like this is the thing. Like screw the money. At the end of the day, everyone's still human, and it's not for everyone. Like I think I think that's almost what makes the difference at the top level is a lot of person. Like some of it must come. A lot of it comes down more to personality than technique. Like some of it is like even belief in yourself, like and stuff like that. So it's a bit mad.
Definitely, yeah. Belief, man. That's one hell of a word, belief, man. Because that determines a lot of stuff, man. People believe in a lot of stuff. You know, it's self-beliefs, like boxing, for example, right? Like, I was just listening to Mike Tyson. He's like, it's boxing, you might just think you're just punching each other in the face, but you got to believe that you are better than the person that you're fighting. It's like, because it's not how much you hit, it's about how hard you hit, how hard you get hit and keep on going, you know? I think that's a quote from Sylvester Stallone from
Yeah, that
Rocky,
is definitely a Rocky quote.
Yeah.
No, but I do think it's like so much is mentality because it comes through in body language, all that kind of stuff. Like if you feel good, it kind of comes out of you, you know. There's something to it, and I do think like sports psychology must play a big part of it because it's like how can you explain periods of form? Like look at Liverpool. I think it's not that the players are any worse, but it's just like it's almost like an emotional exhaustion. They've had 2 seasons of just fighting.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
2 seasons. Not even that before. Well, actually, it's the one when Karius buggered up their Champions League.
Yeah, and then they went even harder and won the Champions League the next season. Yeah,
exactly. But they didn't win that. The season they won the Champions League, they didn't win the Prem, did they? So it's like it's 3 seasons of like exhaustion. It's like emotional exhaustion of like fighting every single game for those. You know, like there's got to be like an immense kind of like pressure or whatever every 90 minutes upon like the physical element is also going on. You know, it's not that easy. So
the thing is, their squad hasn't really changed in the past 4 years, really and truly.
Well,
the front three are the same. Midfield was a bit different. Defense, well, Virgil came in. Well, defense is a lot different, but it's the goalkeeper. But goalkeeper's been the same for the past. Well, keepers don't really change, but I feel like the entire squad there hasn't been.
There's no competition for the front three, and you know what else I think it is they got lucky because they bought players on the cheap who ended up going world class, and there's no Coutinho money. Like they bought bare players off that Coutinho money.
Yeah, true.
And who's going to go in and buy anyone now for bare crazy cash? Like even Salah, I think Real Madrid will try and fleece him.
You feel? Well, actually, they haven't got anyone on the right hand side, really and truly. So what happens?
And not only that, like Salah's done it. Here's the thing: like when you're earning that much money, you can still go to Spain and earn the same money. But guess what? Then you're playing for Real Madrid. And here's the thing: they won the league, they won the Champions League. He's done it now. You know, like what else is he going to accomplish? Like it's like kind of like okay, could win the FA Cup, but it's a bit of a side mission. You know.
That's true. And the thing is, it's not like his native of England. It's not like he has any affiliation to this country.
No, exactly. Yeah, like he can go around wherever. It won't. And not only that, he's living in like. Don't get me wrong. I just mean,
place.
You know what it is? It's like when you go live in Spain, you can have a pool.
A siesta. But they have winter breaks, bruv. Yo.
No, that's what I'm saying.
30, I wouldn't be playing football in Spain.
No, this is what I'm saying. Like the Premier League, I know that obviously it's a bit hyped up, like the way they go on about, it's the toughest league in the world and all this kind of stuff. No, I think it's a more physical league. It doesn't necessarily.
I think it's more knackering though. It's more tiresome. Like when you look at Liverpool style of play, it's direct football. which is synonymous with Premier League. It's no longer 4-4-2 where you should get the ball down the flanks and, ping it down like how Man United used to play. But it's very high pace, what I found. That's why I'm even looking at Chelsea, like the German players like Kai Havertz and Timo Werner. They're struggling because the Bundesliga is slower. But when you look at the Premier League, it's everyone expected to run like crazy. I think there was a Dutch footballer called John Heitinger, played for Everton. And he even said to his manager, I think who at Moyes at one time, right? There was an article saying that he was like, yo, what kind of football is this? Like, he was cramping up by half time in his first game. Because the level of play is like, there's no pausing. It's like, get the ball, hoof it forward, run after it, header it on, bang it in the box. Let's see what happens, And
I think it is funny because I do think sometimes European games kind of sometimes tend to be a bit more technical and slower. Like it tends to kind of play towards the more beautiful side of the game, I think. And it is funny though because it does kind of work like that. Like it's strange because it's like a less local version of the game somehow.
I'd say that more for Spanish football rather than Italian because I've watched Serie A and I've noticed it's more tactical, it's more keeping shape, it's more to generalize as people would say, it's more defensive definitely. Whereas whereas in Spanish football, it's more. What I don't like about it is the fouls though, man. You can go over for anything,
Oh mate, trust me, Brazilian football is just so bad for that.
Really?
Just like, you sometimes you don't even want to watch.
Is that why? No, but Brazil's had good defenders over the years, but good defending hasn't been really known for Brazil, apart from Lucio and Thiago Silva. You wouldn't say there's been a whole plethora of
Marquinhos. David Luiz, although David Luiz is
he was
he did have a peak. He did have a peak.
Yeah. But I think there's no defense. Lucio comes to mind, like,
but he's more attacking as well.
Yeah.
But I think it's a strange. I don't know. I just thought Liverpool were like exhausted, and the Prem I think is more physical. That's what makes it. It's more physical, but I think what makes it more. That isn't the thing that makes it tough because, for example, if you got enough technical ability, you don't have to be quite so physical. Just like City, you just like pass it around and everyone's knackered.
Yeah.
But I think what it is because there's more money. The money is more equally shared in the game. In the top flight, like all the clubs have international players, and that makes it more challenging and difficult of a league.
True. Say that is true. Yeah, level competitions like next level. You're not facing no next man. You're facing a man who's like got 20 caps for his country.
Yeah, I think you're chatting about like actual pros.
Yeah.
So, but you look at like for example the rise of Mahrez and Jamie Vardy.
Okay. Oh, hey, Jamie Vardy's one.
Like I do think sometimes it's difficult. I think there's probably lots of good players stuck in lower leagues that would thrive in a higher league. Sometimes it just really depends.
But doesn't it go back to the mentality also with Jamie Vardy? Like, he kept at it and he just knew in his head that I'm good enough. But
he also had the fortune of staying with a club that kept going up the league, innit, as well.
Okay, yeah.
Same with Mahrez. Like, the whole Mahrez story, he was bought from the second division in France and he's already in his 20s then. So... And I don't know if it was like a kind of Moneyball thing where he's producing ridiculous statistics at that point or not.
Perhaps. We don't know. We'd have to go and research that, But anyway, scouts do that job.
Well, yeah, and look at that full circle to the football manager. The football manager thing. And you know what? today we jumped straight into it. And I know there's other things that I'm wanted to talk to you about, but I can't.
Yeah.
We're gonna end, when we stop. I'm gonna remember everything. That's how it's
Cool.
gonna go.
So, but yeah. How long we doing this for, anyways? How long
So it's
we doing?
about to hit 40 minutes now.
Okay, all right. But yeah, what I've been doing. Oh yeah, I didn't. Yeah. Have you ever thought about fasting? Just to wrap up this pod, you ever thought about fasting?
Not until not until the sun sets.
You reckon you couldn't do it?
No. So I have like done fasting where I only eat after 2 o'clock.
Okay. Could you do a full day of fasting?
But I think I think it's physically possible.
Mm.
I wouldn't do it normally.
Okay. Because what I found from it, it's more.
But hold on, now I'm
Yeah.
gonna mess with you. I swear you've
Yeah.
just been drinking.
Oh yeah, today I didn't fast. Funny enough, because I was. Oh, you didn't get the backstory. Yesterday I was in. I had to go for a checkup because of my hospital. Because I was in hospital a couple of weeks back. Yeah. So yesterday I just come out of hospital and they was like saying, yeah, you should stop fasting now because you need your fluids.
Oh, okay, fair
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
No, because I was about to. Do you know what I mean? I was about to question, man. Like, why is that passing your lips, bro?
Nah. Unfortunately, my fast because I fasted from Monday to Friday, and still until the checkup where the doctor's like, no, you need to stay hydrated because of you know, we want to make sure that you're healthy and everything. So I was like, yeah, cool. And to be fair, yeah, I did feel it because when I conked out, well, last night I was knackered, like really drained, more than anything, you know.
So well, we'll like wrap it up after this. But let me ask you, one, what did they say to you about the checkup?
Okay, I'm all good. Like literally, it was literally 10 minutes. It was like
Oh,
literally, okay, how you been feeling? Like everything normal? Yeah, everything's fine. Like the urine's clear and everything. I'm like, yep, I'm all good. You know, nothing. My kidneys are all healthy. I felt good, and I'm like, okay, cool. And I told him I was fasting, and then the doctor switches like, oh no, you don't want to do that so soon. You want to stay hydrated always. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure, doctor, whatever you say. You know what's best. And so I left there and came home, ate, conked out, and yeah, here I am. And the thing is, like, it's allowed. I guess I won't be observant rather than this year because of this, which is
Well,
because what
no, hold on. If the doctor said you know don't observe the element of the fluids,
yeah,
it's slightly different. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, for example, football players. You know, it's not actually not safe. They can't go out and play a game. It's slightly
Yeah.
different. It's slightly different if you're going to eat like a banana and some pasta a few hours before the game, and then the rest of the time you observe.
well then, yeah, true.
Like, you know, because that's like a health. What I'm saying
Yeah.
is, it's not there to compromise your health.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you see what
yeah.
I'm saying? So,
Definitely.
but and let me ask you: are you just observing in solidarity, or would you like?
How do you mean? Am I doing it on my own?
So when I say like someone I used to know, wouldn't necessarily like call them would probably like would personally label themselves as an atheist, but they would still in solidarity also choose to fast because it was their family background and experience and blah blah blah.
So what the reason behind what I'm doing it for?
Like,
I think
Yeah. No, not the reason. I'm just saying, are you doing it as part of religious observance? That's what I'm saying, or asking.
yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, I'd say because it's family and it's always okay. To be fair, I'm not the most pious Muslim per se, so I wouldn't say I pray all the time. But when it comes to Ramadan, I find it more of like a time where I can actually focus on stuff. I find it more of a spiritual time. So I would use it as like I'd use it more for me more than anything. You know, I wouldn't say I'd be pressured into like because my family are doing it. I'd just say I do it because I find it a time which is within a year where I can actually just I don't know because it improves. It's not just a fasting action that which is religious. It's also like it builds like mental fortitude, like going a whole day, a whole day without eating, you know, and it makes you appreciate. It makes you appreciate there are people out in this world who go hungry for days, you know, and I'm able to control my wills and impulses through this. So yeah, I'd say in solidarity, I'd say I do it more for me than for anything.
No, I think you know what I think. This has been Big Kids. That's a beautiful ending, I think.
Definitely, man.
No, and I do. I get what you're saying in terms of it. It kind of gives you. It allows you to reflect in a funny way. Not in a funny way. You know what I mean? It allows you to focus somehow.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it takes away from the mundane, you know, everyday living because a lot of people don't reflect or meditate, and people think meditation and prayer are different, but they're the same thing, really and truly, you know. But yeah, this has been the Big Kids podcast. Ramadan Mubarak to my Muslim brothers listening. Ramadan to everyone else, to people who, if you want to try, give it a shot. But yeah, this has been good talk, bro. Nice
send us a voice message on bigkids.com.
100, yep. And yeah, we'll have our YouTube videos out soon enough. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, no, I will work on that this week actually as well. All right, peace.
All right. Peace.